Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today I'm showing you my nightly stretching routine. I started doing this basically every night because I'm trying to get one step closer to becoming a contortionist. I don't want to do anything super crazy where you bring your legs over your head, like your face is on the ground and then you bring your legs over that way. Maybe some of the yogis know what I'm talking about, but I just really want to get better at becoming flexible, and I've already gotten better at my lower back flexibility. So in this, not really workout, more of a stretching routine, I'll be showing you guys my, basically all the exercises I've been doing every night, which includes splits, both front leg and middle splits, and some other things that I'll see if I can manage to maneuver into for this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so I brought along some platforms to basically practice my splits for. I basically have my 2 history textbooks. I'm taking American history right now. It's actually really interesting. I spent 2 hours today reading about all the taxation that went on right before the American Revolution started. And on top of that, I'll be adding this decently thick pound of paper. It was 20 pounds, so it's it was 500 sheets of 8.5 inches by 11 inches of paper. I've taken out some of the paper, so it's a little bit shorter. But this is basically going to increase the difficulty of the splits. I think they're called I don't remember what it's called. But basically, if you put your feet on this while you're doing the splits, it makes it instantly harder. Alright guys, so I'm going to basically be holding each pose for about 30 seconds in my normal stretching routine, which I like to do when I'm sleeping, or even while I'm studying. I would hold each one for about 6-7 minutes. Well, I mean, it depends on how I'm feeling. So for the splits, I'm basically going to put my one leg on the book and you're just going to stretch back to a split. Now that, I know I look like I'm smiling, and I am smiling, but this is really painful. But if you wanted to make it even harder, you can make the pose a bit higher up, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let me turn to the side so you guys can see what it looks like. Whew. And we're gonna hold it for about 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch sides, okay? And let's switch sides. So some of you guys might be wondering how I even got into the splits, because I recognize that some people might be just trying to get into normal splits. And the story is that I couldn't do the splits until I started doing a lot of Pilates. I started doing a lot of Pilates when I quit swimming and needed some exercise, or I basically needed to exercise on my own, because it's always good to exercise. And I was just doing a bunch of Pilates, and then all of a sudden I could do the splits. And that's seriously the story. I have no idea how it happened, but yeah, I know that Pilates is good for getting you a bit more flexible. I have no idea if it was the sole reason behind my being able to do the splits, but in any case, I can do the splits now. So let's hold it for about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to switch to the middle splits, which is something else that I've been doing a lot. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So the middle splits, I can't exactly get deep down into it, but I'm gonna try. So spread your legs out like this, and as you can see, I still have some room between my crotch and the floor, and you can flatten down into a pancake. That feels good. Or you can just keep it up. I think these are actually called box splits. Can't remember. I call them middle splits. Maybe they're called box splits in other countries. America's a little weird. We do have the imperial system after all. When I went to Europe, I swear the only thing that people insulted me, or not really insulted, but teased me about, was the fact that, one, I was short because I was in the Netherlands, and the average height there for a lot of people is 6 feet, I think. and I stand at 5'3", which is 1.60 meters in the metric system. And the other thing that I was teased about was the fact that I use the imperial system. Inches, feet. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Yeah, so that's what people insulted me about. And I don't know, they weren't wrong. Like, in my physics classes, we use the SI unit, so I am familiar with meters and centimeters and kilometers and kilograms and all that. But I was also grown up using pounds and ounces and cups and all of that stuff, and it is rather confusing. But I was grown up with that system, so I'm used to it. Alright, so I think we've been holding this middle position for a while, and now we're gonna get into something else that I've been trying to do, which is like you're in this position, and then you just push your legs out and you try to bring it down. So you really feel it in your inner thighs, and it's sort of like a middle splits, only obviously it's not, but it is just as painful. And you want to bring yourself as close to the ground as possible, but again, I should have included this disclaimer at the beginning of the video. If an exercise is too hard for you, make it easier. Like with the splits, don't put your feet on this high block of stuff, and just push yourself, but don't push yourself past your breaking point. You want to be challenged, but you don't want to be challenged to the point where your limbs are going to fall apart, okay? So keep that in mind as I'm showing this video, because obviously while I do recognize that I would be considered flexible by some standards, I am by no means super flexible. So keep that in mind while we're going through this video, alright? So 3, 2, 1, and now we're gonna do another stretch. So this one is really good for stretching your quads, which, since I've been running quite a bit recently, it feels very good. So you're gonna get in this position. You're gonna push your hips forward. Now turn to the side. Going to push your hips forward. This feels really good on your hips, and then you're just gonna bring your leg up and curl it in. So like I said, this is really good for the quads, and this is a welcome change because I've been running more in these past couple weeks than before. Basically, during the summer, I put myself on an exercise regime where each day I would run 2 to 3 miles, and then follow it up with some Ballet Beautiful, which is basically Pilates / bar, but it's all on the mat, except for some standing things. Okay, there are some standing things. And that kicked me. Well, I don't want to swear in this video, so I'm just gonna say that kicked my behind. That kicked my A word. And then, so I would have to rely on stretches to feel so good, alright? So bring it in, 3, 2, 1, and now let's switch. Alright. So, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Push your hips forward and stretch your quads out. Whew. Oh man, this feels so good. Yeah, so like I said, even though this is my nightly stretching routine, which I do right before I sleep, I've also been doing it a lot while I study, because I have to do a lot of reading for history, for my English class, and also my science classes. You need to read the textbook. Even if the teacher is lecturing, you also have to read the textbook. So I've been doing a lot of these lately, and I don't think it's going to make me taller. I think I will perpetually stand at 5'3", but my body has just been feeling so more open and flexible, and I'll show you guys at the end of this video, well, not at the end of this video, but in a couple exercises, some of the exercises that I've been doing and how my body in general is just so much more flexible. So 3, 2, 1. Whew. Alright, so depending on the day, I might also throw in some stretches where you bring your leg forward and then you press down. So this is really good for stretching your glutes. and then you do it on both sides. I'm not really feeling it today. Like, another thing with my stretching routine is that it's very flexible depending on it's very flexible depending on what I'm feeling at the time. Today I'm just not feeling like stretching my glutes, so we're not going to do that. But I do like to include some back flexibility. So this is something I've been working on, where you to the side. So you just lift up. Oh, I got it. And then you bring your feet. And obviously I wouldn't hold that for like 7 minutes or so, but this is getting much easier these days because of other flex exercises I've been doing. So that's one of them, and then I would also include some standing ones. So I'll readjust the camera, you guys can see what I've been doing. Alright guys, so coming to sort of like the end of this workout, and one thing that I've been trying to do is like do something like this, only obviously your leg is much like straighter, and I can't do that yet. But what I've been doing is like I hold on to like a chair, and then I just slowly push, try to get this straighter and straighter, and so far I'm here, but I also have to hold on to this. And then something else is like okay. That's quite painful. Alright guys, so I moved the chair on the other side, and now I'll just even it out. Man, I swear, being a contortionist is so hard. Oh, okay, getting better at it. And then I just, okay. And that was my nightly stretching routine. So in the future, I'll be showing you guys little updates on how my contortionist journey is going. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe right here. You can check out my more actual workout videos here, and here. All right, bye.